your impressions are, they always make me laugh. Can you just give me a little bit of Dr. Phil while we're here?
I could do it because as a comedian, you're supposed to be able to kind of just jump into something spontaneously. But, ever since this whole COVID deal happened, I find that it's a little more difficult to be spontaneous because you got to plot out your day. You wake up in the morning, you got to decide which wine to have with your Fruit Loops. And real world, Dan, I think it's time for you to just give up this whole talk show deal. It's not happening. It's really not working out for you, especially now that you got, I'm sorry, ma'am. What was your name again?
I'm
Josephine?
Christie.
She's obviously the eye candy of the situation here. No one's looking at you right now, Dan. No one, or me for that matter. No one is looking at us. But there's your money right there. It's sitting there next to you. And if I were you, real world, I would really think seriously about where I'm going with my life, because you're a 67-year-old man and you're still acting like you're in high school, playing dress up funny, I'm in a drama club. Look at me, I got a desk.
Yes. We love you for that, sir. So listen, of all the things we've talked about, we talked about your TV roles. We talked about some of your stand-up stuff and your podcast, the Rob Bartlett Radio Comedy Hour, which is phenomenal, available online. But we haven't talked much about your stage career, which is just incredible. And Christy has had a life on the stage as well. What are some of the roles that you've had, some of the more memorable ones that you've done over the years for our viewers?
Well, sophomore in high school, I had the lead in Barefoot in the Park. I played Paul, my first real on-screen. Off-Broadway career started in a play called Tabletop, which then moved to off-Broadway and was going to move to Broadway, but the producer at the time lost all her money to Bernie Madoff. And so they had to cancel the Broadway transfer, unfortunately. I've been Imus Hart.
Are you serious? Did that actually happen?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a role, I don't want to brag, but that was a role for which I won a Drama Desk Award, which is not exactly a Tony, but for people who aren't really in the theater, it sounds like it's a much bigger deal than it is.
It is a big deal.
It's a very big deal.
I played Amos Hart in Chicago the Musical, and played what's great about that show is the Weislers, the producers, bring in a lot of famous people. So I've done it with George Hamilton. I've done it with Melanie Griffith. I've done it with John Schneider. Just a whole bunch of people. I've been in and out of Chicago, I think 4 times. And then I was the originator of Mr. Mushnick in the Broadway production of Little Shop of Horrors.
Mr. Mushnick.
Oh, you're definitely an Audrey, Christy. I can definitely see you as Audrey.
That was my audition. How'd I do?
Audrey, I'm starting to think this boyfriend of yours is not that nice a guy. I did the Odd Couple with Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick, and then How to Succeed in Business with Daniel Radcliffe and Nick Jonas. And I also spent the summer doing Sweet Charity with Christina Applegate. But my real Broadway career started in a show that I wrote and starred in called More to Love, a big fat comedy, with Dana Reeve, the late great Dana Reeve, wife to Christopher Reeve, and Joyce Van Patten. Were both in it. It was a one-man show with 2 women and me. We had 16 previews and 4 performances, and the pull quote from the Times Review was "avert your eyes." So it's not exactly something you hang from a marquee to help sell tickets, I think one of the reviews said
reverse psychology.
It's a fantastic waste of time, and I tried to get the producers to just put "fantastic" with an exclamation point, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it.
That's unfortunate. We are surprisingly already short on time. But can you tell us how the podcast is going? I've been listening. It's continues to be innovative and enjoyable every single listen I give it.
Well, thank you very much. I'm enjoying doing it. It started out, it was I had a whole troupe of actors, and we did it live in front of an audience at microphones, kind of like it was supposed to be a combination of like the old Jack Benny type of radio show and Saturday Night Live. We did sketches, and then we got kind of the video aspect was taken away, and then we just recorded it in the studio, and then they took that away, and now I just do it by myself in my kitchen, and still looking for a sponsor. But I do a lot of different stuff. I do sketches, I do interviews. I've been on this jag lately where I've been doing interviews with fellow comics guys that I started out with, and telling stories about how they got their start, and old road stories and war stories, and try to promote my my online acting / comedy studio to try and get people to hire me to teach them how to act and how to be funny.
Can you teach that? Can you really teach people how to be funny?
No, but I don't want them to know that, because I want them to actually pay me to teach them.
I think what she's really asking is, can you teach me how to do that?
See, Christie, that's what you call a lost cause.